Good morning and welcome back or welcome to Crochet and Chaos. I'm Georgia, your chaotic host, and this is Vlogmas day 2. Yesterday's video, I was debating between the burnout blanket and the Karen anniversary cake yarn. I decided to go with the blanket, and I started the 6-day star blanket, and this is how far I got before my hand said, "You're done working with blanket yarn for the day." I like how it's turning out. That's kind of looks like a snowflake like that. So that's a go. I hope I get a little bit of time to work on it today when I'm done filming this video. I need to start working on my final paper for my medieval plaguelet class. I know I decided to change the topic last minute, and because I really had no idea what I was going to do. My paper writing process is it has to start in my brain, and up until like 2 days ago I had no idea, like it wasn't forming, but I've got something now and it'll be good. The other thing I did last night was not one this yarn. I did this days ago. I just haven't put it away, and a bunch of stuff else. Was I did one of the cuffs, this yarn up on my cardigan, and it looks so much better. It's not quite as tight as I would like, but it's fine. It's good. And after I did this, I realized that this, I went digging and I realized this was the extent of, excuse me, my Big Twist Living yarn and white. At the extent my Big Twist Living favorite cotton yarn. Just, wait a minute. This ball, and this is all that I have. I went looking just to verify that is all that I have. So I'm like, I've got some Lily sugar and cream that I can supplement with. I go looking for that. Initially, I find this. And I start having an existential crisis because this is not going to do all of the ribbing. Then I found this, and I'm like, maybe I'll have enough, maybe I won't. And I'm just losing my mind because there is nowhere that I can walk into around me and just buy this. And shipping right now is with Christmas shoot, like it's not going to get here anytime soon. I forgot that I had this, so I'm good to go to get my ribbing done. I'm just sad that this is the last of my Big Twist Living favorite cotton and white. It's just ever so slightly softer than the Lily Sugar and Cream, but it's fine, I guess. I guess I'm just more sad that Joanna's is gone, and I can't get some of my favorite yarns anymore, and nobody picked up the cotton. I guess it's because everybody has their own version of cotton yarn. I mean, that makes sense, but at the same time, we're gonna whine about it. Okay, I bought this funfetti cake from Clarence. It is, I mean, of course I did. Like, you touch these balls and then just these cakes and then just disintegrate. I'm gonna size 5 hook for this. I bought this with the intent of making my son a hat. And what better time to do that than now for a Christmas gift? don't know what I'm going to do with whatever's left. And I'm sure I'll come up with something. It's like 5mm, right? Yes. This is the first I've ever worked with this yarn. I have a lot of it. I keep buying it on clearance when my Michaels has screwed up cakes like this. This is interesting. It's texture is a little weird, but it's soft. I think there's enough of a texture that that's more than long enough. Let's take some of that out. This measure hats to my head like that because I'm weird. This is definitely the kind of texture that's not going to work with every type stitch. Because if you look, there's just these little bumps, kind of like happens with tweed yarn. It's almost like it was wound sloppily, intentionally, but it's interesting. It's really soft and squishy. It's squishy like a squishmallow. Anything that's squishy like a squishmallow is a keeper. I approve of squishmallow squish. I had to check to see if my dog wanted in or if he was out there barking. It's that temperature outside that I can just imagine some neighbor calling animal control about my dog being outside too long in the cold. He's part Great Pyrenees and he has the Pyrenees coat, and much like a husky, you can't get him in out of the snow because the breed was designed for the cold and the snow and designed, oh my God. Yes, we designed this dog to withstand cold and to love the snow and to give neighbors a fit when he's been outside more than 15 minutes when it's 5,000 degrees below zero. Your dog will be fine. No, but Pyrenees dogs were bred to have the double coat like the Huskies to withstand cold. And and they love it. Like, when it snows, the first thing he does is go outside, eat a mouthful of it, and then roll in it. And getting him outside once the temperature drops below 50 degrees is next to impossible. It's like you tell a 160-pound dog that he has to come in when he doesn't want to. You can't make him. But I can just see one of the neighbors complaining that my dog has been outside in the cold for too long, and I have animal control knocking on the door. And the funny thing is, the animal control person assigned to this area, to my neighborhood, is his old dog trainer. Like, she was training dogs when he was a puppy, and she knows him. And I could just be like, you tell him he needs to come in. One of my favorite YouTube shorts I seen last year where somebody's husky was just laying outside and it was snowing and the dog's like covered in snow and doesn't care and as happy as he can be. And the owner looks outside and was like, hey, you need to come in. Some lady on the internet says you're cold. And the dog just looks at her like, excuse me, and just goes back to enjoying the snow. Um, and if I ever do a crocheting chat, it's going to be like a horrible video because I don't know what to talk about. Obviously, I'm sitting here working on this, and I'm on row two. See, row two. And I don't know what to talk about while I'm crocheting. Um, since my half-dead phone, it has no service to it. I've just been lazy and not transferred all of my apps over to my other phone. Check out Garden. And they're squeaky. But check out Garden. He's such a skinny cat. Even my vet thinks he looks weird because you look at him and you can tell that he's like part Siamese and he's very traditional Siamese looking with the long face and the really skinny body. But here he's this weird orange tabby cat. His phone is taking forever to turn on. I'm currently listening to the audiobook The Collapsing Empire by John Scalzi. That's what I can't remember the name of it. It's well, it and its sequel are like the only two John Scalzi books I don't own in physical format. And I'm quite enjoying it. But I also enjoy everything written by John Scalzi. The majority of his books are read by Will Wheaton, and I can't open a Scalzi book and read it without reading it in Will's voice. It's funny. And I've heard other people say that, or been looking for my book journal. I don't know where I put it because I was going to make a bookworm of everything that I've read this year, and I don't know where I put it. So I don't even know how many books I've read this year. Not as many as I would like, but more. I know it's not as many as I would like to read, but it's also more than what I think. But I don't know where it is, and it's bothering me. So I really like the idea of making a bookworm for everything that I've read during the year, and I think that Hollyana is the one that came up with was no, it's either her or Killian that came up with that idea. I don't remember who it was. I'd have to go back and skip through some videos and find out. It was something I decided that I wanted to do because, you know, like I thought about doing a book blanket. I don't know, I couldn't get behind it. I mean, I guess it'd be kind of cool. Like if I had a motif for each granny square, like rather than I was seeing other people do it, like, you know, like I'd want one motif for like science fiction, like with maybe a rocket ship or a planet or something on it, something for fantasy, something for classics. But I don't know how I would do all of those. Like, I know YA isn't a genre per se, but I do read YA books, you know, for the independent study that I'm doing for the YA lit class I have to take. I've got 8 books that I have to read. Would I differentiate those from other things? Which is why I thought that a bookworm would be a really good idea, one color for each thing. And I know that my bookworm would be mostly science fiction this year. Because one thing that I did was I went through John Scalzi's library, like everything that I hadn't read, which was everything outside of Right Shirts, the Kaiju Preservation Society, and Starter Villain. That leaves in like quite a few books. don't know that I like how this is working out. It looks wonky. I feel like my tension is all over the place. I might have to find a different yarn to do this because I am not happy with it. Great. I have a ton of this yarn. Not in this color, but just a ton of this yarn. I mean, I'm enjoying working with it. I'm just not enjoying how it looks. This is definitely going to have to go through the yarn launder. Okay, let me go see if the dog needs it. Dog is in, and I pulled out white yellow big twist living that I have. I love this yarn. I think Hirschner's carries it now. I'm gonna have to look because this is the last of my yellow. And I got distracted going through the Premiere website. Patterns. If you guys haven't gone through those, you should. I need to change my hook size. Can't remember what it used. I found a hat pattern on the Premiere site that I really like, and it calls for a slip stitch ribbing, and yeah, I'm not sure I want to do that. I feel like I what smaller hook? What the hell? What hook sizes does this tell me to use? Materials. I'm not familiar with that yarn. Calls for a 5.5 and a 5, which means that I would have to use a 4 for my ribbing. Still don't know that I want to do this as a slip stitch. I feel like a slip stitch ribbing would be maddening. Insert hook into stitch indicated. Pull yarn through stitch and then through 2 loops on the hook. Insert hook into stitch indicated. Pull yarn through stitch and then through. Yarn over. Insert hook. Pull yarn through and then. I'm already confused. Okay. Yarn over. Insert hook. Pull yarn through stitch. Okay, that gives me 3, unless I'm doing this and I am so confused. Yarn over, insert hook, pull yarn through stitch, and through 2. But I've got 3. So am I doing that and then this? I feel like that is. I don't know what that is. This takes a bit of coordination. Yarn over. I feel like it's closer to a single crochet, but what do I know? And I feel like this is like a really short, this is going to be a really short ribbing. Let's see how this turns out. Maybe using a stitch on something else now that I think about it. Should have like that for ribbon. I think I screwed that up. 2, 3, 4, 5. don't know how I feel about the little blobs here, the chain one. And am I supposed to be chaining one before I turn? I didn't look. No. That's why it looks weird. That's what we call doing thing out of habit. Or we should always read the pattern. I don't like, I'm just going to have to do what I'm comfortable with for the ribbing on this, because this isn't working, because without that chain one, each ribbing thing row seems to be decreasing, because there's no way that you can get it in that first loop. Look at this picture again. And this doesn't have a folded over brim, but I really think that I would prefer to do a brim that can be folded over. I just like that because it comes up over the ears and it keeps the ears warmer. Well, I'm going to work on this hat for a bit and get it started, where you guys don't have to watch me struggle here. With that, I am going to go work on this brim and get it started, come up with something that I like, maybe figure out the directions for this, and go work on that paper that I need to do. Like, comment, subscribe, do whatever it is you do, and I will see you back here tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 3.